In this lesson, I want to take a look, an ear training look first, at I Talk to the Wind, King Crimson's first album, 1969, In the Court of the Crimson King. Now, the original version that you can find all over YouTube here has all kinds of instrumentation in it, and it's mostly the creativity of Ian MacDonald and with lyrics by Pete Sinfield. Now, Ian MacDonald was a multi-instrumentalist, played woodwinds, keyboards, guitars, kind of everything, and sort of the driving musical force behind the first album. Disappeared, left the band by the second album, In the Wake of Poseidon. But in recent years, Greg Lake has resurrected and come up with a slightly, very simplified version of this, just nice little arpeggios and things like that. So that's mostly what we're going to talk about. We will talk about some of the stuff that happened in the, some of the more colorful chords that happened that we could add in the King Crimson version. So I do have a chart and tab, to just really minimal tab, but I encourage you to not look at it yet until you've listened to two things. Go out to YouTube and listen to a couple of the versions that are out there. Especially, there aren't any great versions of Greg Lake playing them. They're all like audience cam things, or at least as of now that I could find. But see if you can get a feel for what he's doing. And then in the next segment, I'll play through it just so you can hear pretty much what the guitar does, with a lot of little variations. But we got to pin down the few chords that happen, what key it's in, things like that. And eventually we might even tackle it somehow like this. But I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure this will turn into an instrumental lesson. The main part of this lesson is to get a simplified, really easy to play, which is how Greg plays it, really easy to play version of I Talk to the Wind. So go listen to that stuff and then check in on the answers. So I'll play through it in the next segment, and after that we'll talk about, hopefully, what you heard. Let's try a little experiment here. I'll play through it first where you won't even be able to see what strings I'm hitting, and you'll just have to listen to the arpeggio. See if you can figure out what's going on. Then I'll get you a little bit better view. So here is how Greg plays it pretty closely. Did you hear those 5 notes of an E chord? And the next bass note, what you should have noticed, hopefully noticed, is it sounded a little strange. It didn't quite match what we expect to hear in the key of E. Maybe you also noticed, though, that the top note was the same.